Today we're reviewing...
Pups Save the Farm Festival!
Clark Stubbs is back for the first time since penning the best Season 10 episode segment, Meerkat Pirates, and getting a promotion to story editor. I prefer him as a writer. I see the critter from the summary is indeed a beaver, though, making me a little concerned this will repeat too much from Pups Save the Beavers. Particularly relevant because a big part of why he's been dubious as a story editor is a lot of scripts lately have repeated way too much from old episodes. Baby geese, Humdinger draining the water, Humdinger being forced to run by robot clothing, even the sister segment to this being a second dream story about a bubble bath. But let's not get bogged down in that. I say with a screen full of text. Wowee, that is impressive to have set up in the farm. And the new pipeline visuals do always look great in low light with lots of beams. Not sure that was a very considerate way to park though, Robo-Dog. That poor lawn.
We're taking silly pictures!
Simple and adorable. That's what we like to see. A very cute Pups at Play moment. I also like that they're not really aiming to sound like the animals, and that they have a human in the mix there. That sidesteps it potentially coming across as mean to their sapient animal friends, though it is a little bit weird. The last place to put a face is in a carrot, next to a rabbit that's gonna eat you?
Huh? Did I say this tall? I meant this tall.
Clark Stubbs reliably puts in this sort of old man cartoon humor, and I honestly find it comfy and charming. I overthink a lot, but this sort of gag does not need it.
Carry me away!
They managed to work in Runaway Thing story number 8,536,234. But I like the somewhat subtle touch of it being driven by Mayor Goodway inadvertently holding the proverbial carrot on a stick. Actually an apple on a fishing line from the game she was trying.
Are you talking to her or me?
Oh, Mayor Goodway.
Aw, I liked those line reads from these two. Some pretty stilted lines sounded quite nice and natural.
Which means whoever's been taking the wood has also been chewing on it. So we're looking for someone who chews wood and collects it?
As soon as the focus is back on the pups interacting with each other, everything seems to brighten up. The animation gets cuter, the voice performances are all perfect. And this is a positive because those are such good things, but the fact it isn't just how almost all of every episode is, kinda makes me want to put this in with the...
Hi, Mayor Goodway. Going for a ride on the roller coaster?
I don't think it's super terrible for this to be how she acts for the story's sake. But let's not forget, this is how Mayor Goodway felt about skydiving.
Ooh, this is so exciting! Chicoletta and I can't wait!
And wingsuiting.
We're trained professionals!
Ready, trekkers?
Let's fly!
So, being all nervous about a roller coaster maybe doesn't seem super in character. But it's not a huge deal.
A piece of wood from the welcome sign is gone.
Visually, I think you may have gone overboard here. Her reaction should be a lot bigger, and it's pretty far-fetched that this was done with nobody noticing. Also, yep, the festival setting is a slightly different flavor, but we're very much rehashing Pups Save the Beavers.
I don't think it was just the chicken coop. I know who's chewing on my barn. Chompy!
Those look like teeth marks.
It's also kind of annoying that before, Yumi knew exactly what had happened, and had clearly had this problem several times already, since the beavers live so close by. Yet now suddenly it's a mystery. Why does the story editor not know his own show? This all goes on quite a bit too long.
Hey, has anyone seen Mayor Goodway around?
Why did he ask this? He's just been hanging out with his friends, and she could be anywhere quite safely, including on the roller coaster. Just a bit weird for him to abruptly think Mayor Goodway's missing.
Whoa! Marshall! Slow down!
One of the season's worst wipeouts for making sense, both in momentum and reasons for being in this state terms.
Cheese!
The gag portion was neither good nor bad, but man, they made Marshall's faces ugly for it. What an annoying, cocky hero thing to do. And this smells like, quick, kid's getting bored, stick something in. What the heck, Rubble? I can suspend disbelief and accept it was somehow easier to catch the fishing rod than the huge cow. But at least give her the apple now she's out of danger. She wanted it so much.
Miss Marjorie and her arrogant already on the ride!
So, stop the ride? I get you need to ramp up the excitement, but come on. Even Adventure Bay will have basic safety features. The charm of Rocky having a bit of TARDIS space inside his truck ends way before him being able to get out planks multiple times longer than the compartment is. Precision nail gun chase and screws going right into solid metal. You care about this stuff even less than Rebel and Crew does, huh? When just whatever is happening, there's really no tension. Please do go back and watch Pups Save the Beavers and see how we didn't need all this ADHD action back when the show was good.
Over here!
That's all Zuma got to say or do this segment. Indeed, this episode, since he got 0 lines in the sister segment either. As I hinted at the start, I like several Clark Stubbs scripts, but this wasn't one of his good ones, and I honestly think he's been a disastrous story editor. Ursula, Andy, and Steven at least seemed to keep track of what the show has done before. There's been a notable indifference to that since Stubbs took the role, and now we see that even carries over to his own stories. Sure, he remembers Buddy, but apparently not Chompy, and how all this happened before, more calmly, more realistically, and, counterintuitive as it may be, therefore, more engagingly. Overall, 4 out of 10. Some pup cuteness and good performances, but most of the problems of modern PAW all at once otherwise. A lack of pup focus, an inferior rehash of old ideas, an over-reliance on action that actually is very boring, and an arrant disregard for what once made PAW good. Alright, let me know what you think too. Click here to see a recent review of a Clark Stubbs script I liked rather more, or click here to see a fan animation. That's all for today though, and I'll see you guys again next time.